The first time I went to Israel was about 11 years ago. It was June of '99. And 12 years ago, I get this one, boy, oh boy. And it was an amazing trip. It was really spectacular. It was really wonderful. We did so many wonderful things and went to so many amazing places. And I truly had the experience of my life. It changed my perspective on life. It helped me to look at issues seriously and differently. It helped me to do many, many things. And it was a springboard for the rest of my life, as opposed to just, another time or another experience. But one of those experiences could have easily ended that very quickly. It was late at night, and I was on a bus full of people just like me, many of them in Israel for their first time. And we were traveling on Derech Hebron, near Hebron, on our way from Susia, a village that we had experienced Shabbos. And I'm driving, it was late at night, a lot of people were sleeping. And we had a rabbi with us and a Rebbe, and they had some of their kids with us as well. And we're traveling normally through the night in Israel in a dark road. And every single one of us that was sleeping, those of us who were awake, were all awakened to a smash. You can imagine we were all startled. What was it? Well, our bus got stoned. So now, if you've ever been in Israel, now those of you college students, I know what you're thinking, but not that. Our bus was stoned in Israel. What happened? Okay, don't laugh. Let's get serious. Our bus was stoned in Israel. So what does that mean in Israel? I also was on a bus once that got stoned in New Jersey. If anyone here is from Jersey? Anyone here from Jersey? Yeah? Yeah? Well, your stones are weak compared to getting stoned in Israel. Because the stone that came through the passenger side windshield of our bus was about this big. Football size maybe a little bit bigger. And when it came through, it smashed through. And it landed after hitting a number of seats a couple rows back. And it actually landed on the Rebbetzin that we were with, landed on her leg. Now had it been, she'd been sitting maybe 2 seats up, it would have landed on her daughter's head who was lying on her lap just a second before. We were all startled. People that were sitting in the front got scratches from the glass. Now, could have been a lot worse, right? Yeah. Could have been the driver's side. And I don't know that I'd be here today to be telling this story. Now, I never told my mother that happened. Okay. I never told her about that particular experience in my Israel trip. Sure about all the other things. But it was tense, as you can imagine. A lot of first-timers in Israel, and your bus gets stoned in such a significant way, and you're out in the middle of nowhere, it's a dark road, you don't know what's going to be. Very difficult. And you think about it, that, I hate to be somewhat stereotypical, but if something like this happened to you in Harlem, or some other terrible neighborhood, or that other terrible neighborhood, you wouldn't go back there. You wouldn't think, wow, that's the greatest place on earth. You wouldn't think, man, all I want to do is advocate for that place. All I want to do is defend those people that live in that place. You'd think, man, I don't want to go there again. But it's Israel. But it's Israel. That's not the case at all. So what do you learn? So many years later, I think about what happened there. You learn something very important. It's something that's very relevant to all of us. Israel's more than just the conflict. Is everyone clear? Are we all clear about that? Because I know maybe we are, but those people who are out there on our campuses, on your campuses, they're not clear about that. They think Israel, they think, like the professor said on the video, they think war and all kinds of terrible things. But Israel's much more than just the conflict. And when you think about it, why do we support Israel so much? Because Israeli values are our values. But when you think about it even deeper, that's not even enough. Because Israeli values are our values, but our values, a lot of cases, right? Our values are American democratic values, which are wonderful values. America's been a fantastic place for the Jewish people. But it's deeper than that as well. Because Israel represents the Jewish people's values. And that at the core of it all is the reason to support Israel. The reason to stand up on campus and say, wow, it's great to be Jewish, it's great to love Israel, and I'm going to tell the whole world about it. Now, of course, we do it in many sophisticated ways. And we teach people, of course, you have to build coalitions, and you have to make programs that resonate with other people. But at the core of it all, it's our value. It's our Jewish value. It's something we stand for. It's something we live for. It's something we love. It's what we're all about. When I think of Israel, that's what I think about. Why I want to support Israel, and why I want to support students who are fighting for Israel. And why I want to teach my children to stand up when they have to stand up for Israel. Is because that's a Jewish value. That's what the Jewish values are all about. That's what we're all about. When you're doing that, when you stand up for Israel, it's just spectacular. And what we've seen happen here over the past 12 months, and really time before that, and going on to the future, it's so special. And I don't know if we always feel, a lot of us here, maybe we're too young, maybe we're too old, maybe I'm too old, but it's so special. When I was in college, there were very few things that I stood up for. I was a bit of an activist, a bit of a troublemaker, a bit of a student, a bit of not a student. I did a lot. Those of you who know my collegiate story, I'll tell you sometime in Shabbos or something like that. But I had a lot of fun in college. And I did really well in college. All these different things. But one thing I didn't do so much was stand up for anything. I never felt like there was anything to really stand up for. And it wasn't until I went to Israel that I found that not only is Israel worthwhile to stand up for, but Judaism is worthwhile to stand up for. And not only that, but I learned about my Jewish leaders, people like Abraham and Moshe, whose whole life was standing up to the world for the Jewish people and for the sake of our people and our land. And when you do that, you're acting. When you're on campus and you're standing up for Israel in these myriad ways of effectiveness, you're acting like our forefathers. Nothing could be greater. Nothing could be greater than standing for our values in the same way that our forefathers stood. Standing up, helping to educate others, being the best that we could possibly be, because folks, really, be selfish about it. The way to be great, secret to life right here, the way to be great is to take responsibility. You know that, you live that, you'll be the greatest person that you can possibly be, hands down, no question in my mind. And that's really the message, and that's why we're here to celebrate. We're here to celebrate a group of young people who could be doing anything they wanted. You guys could be doing anything you want, standing for anything you want. And we're here to celebrate you for standing for what's right and what's just, and what's great and what's at the core of our values. Jewish people, Judaism, state of Israel, and really about making the most out of our lives. And if I can give I'm a rabbi, I can give a blessing. If I give you a blessing, the blessing is that each one of us should look at the world in a way where we seriously contemplate where I can take the most responsibility, take that responsibility, and then live life to the fullest. Because that's how we'll actualize ourselves. And that we say, Amen! And that's really what I hope that we can all have, and I really am thrilled that everyone is here tonight. Thank you so much, and I look forward to the announcing, the revelation of the future awards. And really thank you, and thank Abraham, and thank Edna and the crew, and just really thank everybody. I'm very happy to be here tonight. Thanks so much.